Good morning, Mr. Mario. Good morning, Tim. So good to see you again. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
very
good
well.
morning. Good morning.
Looking forward to all the great things that's about to happen again this week. Let's see how it goes. Oh my God.
Uh, Good morning, Mr. Myra. Good morning, Mr. Solomon. Good morning, Mr. Besay.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Uh, it was a brilliant performance, to be honest, right? It felt as though we were watching Arsenal that started the season. You know, the fluid football, the creative outlets from both flanks. I'm talking Saka, I'm talking Trossard, right? Midfield found life again, and that's credit to the presence of Miles Lewis Skelly, right? The midfield found life again, and it was such a flawless performance. I was really happy because it gives us the boost, into the next run of matches. Um, I still think that it might be a bit wobbly in the next run of fixtures, right? But then again, to be honest, after Atletico Madrid tomorrow, we have only the English Premier League to play for, meaning that the players are obviously going to be better rested. They'll be able to give their all for the remainder of the season, right? Yes, it does, help us a lot, right? It does help us a lot. We've seen a different system that was on Saturday, as I said, the presence of Miles Lewis Skelly in the midfield and the return of Saka obviously made a lot of sense. The second half, I personally I knew that the second half was just going to be all about game management, man management, trying as much as possible to ensure that the key players are not injured and they also get the rest that they need for the next for the second leg of the semi-final. So it was not surprising at all. It was not surprising. I just If there's just one thing I had wished for is that we were going to score 5 goals at least in the first half, and maybe it would be, you know, home and dry. But it's still ugly, and there's still so much to play for. So, yeah, there was a beautiful performance. It was everything and more. So yes, very good.
And to be honest, I was actually very impressed. I wouldn't lie to you. I think they played very differently compared to how they
That's a
used
win
to
for
play.
us.
You
Wow,
understand? They played
that's a win
differently, and
for us.
I, I, yes, I have to
That,
commend the first 45. They played really very well. If I have to be honest with you, I think I enjoyed the game of football for the first 45. It is not like the usual Aram football that we normally watch from Arsenal. So this is the Ateta we used to know like 2, 3 years ago. You understand? Before he changed the whole setup and went after winning. I think now Arsenal, I think yesterday's game or the last game made us to understand that Arsenal are at a point whereby they don't need to panic. They just need to play beautiful football. You understand? At this junction, just play beautiful football, get the wins. In the process of playing beautiful football, you get the win. We've not seen Saka score in like some matches now. You understand? But this one, he got a goal, got an assist. You understand? You can see Lewis Kelly, who doesn't even feature as much in the team, playing in the midfield and playing fantastically well. You understand? It was all about the setup, the tactical setup. And I have to say, I was actually impressed. You understand that I don't know. It's still a very, very interesting setup, and hopefully they play this way against Atletico Madrid and try to win. You understand? So I think Arsenal played very well. The first 45 minutes was very good. I enjoyed it, and hopefully that will be the way going forward. Hopefully they don't play around football again and then they play entertaining football. Because at this junction, this pattern of entertaining football will get you the league. Let's be honest with ourselves, because they played very well. They contained the game, managed the game. Imagine Gyökeres getting 2 goals, Saka getting a goal and an assist, Lewis Kelly putting in super performance. You understand? It is not just about the personnel being put now. It is about the tactics they are being told to play. You understand? So everybody was comfortable with the way they were told to play. You understand? And that's why they got that kind of result. Yeah, well, I just feel like he just told the players to not panic. That's just what I'll just say, because the Arsenal I saw play against Fulham, they didn't panic. compared to their previous matches whereby they've been panicking. So I guess he just told them not to panic. You understand? Just go out, play football. You understand? You understand? Play beautiful football. Go out, play beautiful football. That's just it. So I think that's the impression that he gave them, not to panic. You understand? Because I think we've known Arsenal for a while that they know that when they are topping, after some while they start to panic. From panic, they lose the league. You understand, and everything. But I think at this point in time, he has told them, okay, you know what? Don't panic. Let's play good football. Our previous matches in the month of April have not been good. You understand? And if you check them, it is because Arsenal do panic. You understand? You just know that something will go wrong. You understand? So I think that was what happened in the month of April, and he has been able to reflect. You understand? And that is why we are seeing a better performance in the way they play. And it is fortunate that it fell on the month of May. So hopefully they can start up the month this way and then end it in a very fantastic way with very top performances like the one we saw against Poland.
Yeah,
Let me quickly add to that. Let me quickly add to that.
yeah, go
Let me
ahead.
quickly add to that. The first match that we had in May or in April, right? It was against Southampton. It was against Southampton. But he came off a loss to Man City in the EFL Cup finals. So we had the EFL Cup finals the last week of March, right? And then we played Southampton right after in the first week of April. Now, I think that what happened is the fact that losing the Carabao Cup final, right? There is so much, pressure that fell into the team that obviously impacted their game, and that's I don't think that's surprising because you are getting to the finals of the Carabao Cup for the first time in 7 years or 8 years. I think that was 2018. First time in 8 years, 7 years. And you now use it to the side that you are chasing, or both of you are chasing together the Premier League title. Obviously, the media, the outlets, the talks, everything would obviously impact, the brilliance of the team. Then you now go ahead to now even lose to a Southampton side in the FA Cup quarterfinals. Again, more talks, more pressure, and all of that. So, just as Temi has said, allowing the players to be able to play without any form of pressure, knowing fully well that this is a London derby. It was obviously not going to be an easy match. It's a London derby, right? But they went all out, played as though they were starting the season. No pressure. No, I mean, you saw the match. Look at Miles, my starter player. Look at Miles Lewis Kelly. Someone that has not even been a regular all season come in and put in that type of display, right? So yes, as Temi has said, no panic. But then again, you know that all the pressure that came from social media, from punditry and all and whatnot, it just was not going to be easy in the month of April. So yeah.
Okay, let's go to Collins. I mean, Collins, I know. Um,
I mean, it's a match that we expected Arsenal to win. I said it last week that Arsenal are expected to win, but I hope that's not what will happen. But fortunately, that's what happened. And like like everyone have said, Arsenal were very very impressive, especially in the first half. I only watched the first half. I didn't even watch the first half finish before I clocked out because it was looking too easy for Arsenal. Um, Around the ninth minute, they opened the scoring. And let's just notice something about this Arsenal side. I think for the past 3 games now, they've been scoring in the first half. Like they just want to get the goal first, and anything that happens happens. You understand? And that's a good thing. They opened the scoring 9 minutes, and against Newcastle, that's the same time they scored. You understand? Early goals now is the way for Arsenal, and that's impressive. But let's not. I'm not going to take anything from Tottenham, from Arsenal. Fulham have not won an away game. They have only one win in their last 9 away games. You understand? In as much as I want to give Arsenal credit, in as much as I want to give Arsenal credit for their brilliant performance and the win, Fulham are not. They are not the side. They are not the side that you say yes, yes, this, that. But having said this, in their remaining 4 games, Fulham are actually the toughest side. You understand? Because after now they are playing West Ham, they are playing Burnley, they are playing Crystal Palace. Okay, let's say Crystal Palace is that tough. But in their remaining 3 games, no side is as tough as Fulham, and that's where it gets scary for Man City because um they scored 3 goals against Fulham. You understand? Man City plays Everton today at Everton home. You understand? And you are not even sure if we win yet. You understand? Is looking very bright on the Arsenal side because they can see themselves 6 point clear of Man City. You understand? The two outstanding games Man City have, there's no assurance that Man City have won it. So if the league ends today, Arsenal are winners. You understand? You want to give Arteta credit for all these things. And this is hard for me to say, but it's impressive. It's impressive. It's impressive. I Maybe it's not time to talk about the Champions League yet, so I don't want to talk about the Atletico Madrid game. But I think that's going to be a different story. Atletico Madrid are not Fulham. You understand? Atletico Madrid rested their complete 11 and they still won 2-0. They rested their complete 11. So I think Arsenal are not going to meet Fulham. So well, that's a different conversation. So congrats to Arsenal. They played well. They played well. The first half was very, very interesting. Um,
We're talking about it yesterday, and if you ask me, yes, he has. Yes, he has. However, however, you want to ask yourself, will he be able to replicate this result in the long term? That's the bigger question. Or that, for me, that's the big question, right? Because some coaches come in and they are able to manage a team for a short period of time, but can you do it over a long period of time? That's where the cracks begin to show. That's where the pressure begins to come in. Now, I told you, Mr. Mayowa, yesterday that he defeated the big six. He has defeated Man City, he has defeated Arsenal, he defeated Chelsea, he defeated Liverpool. You know, do you think that? And I'm serious. Do you think he can do it again next season? In terms of now that people now know that okay, it is Michael Carrick. This is his style of play. Do you not think that other teams would be ready for him next season as well? I mean, this is the English Premier League. If you are not Pep Guardiola, there is no replicating anything. You know what I'm saying? If you are not Pep Guardiola, there's no replicating anything, right? And as I said, he has done so well. I mean, his win percentage is way more than what Amorim could have ever dreamed of, right? He has gotten Manchester United back into the UEFA Champions League for the first time in 2 years, which is such an amazing feat for them right now. He's getting Bruno Fernandes to play at his very best. You have a Casemiro, who at some point Jamie Carragher did say that the football has left him. You have that same Casemiro winning player of the month, scoring goals, playing at his utmost best, just as we saw at Real Madrid. We saw or we are witnessing a Kobe Minu who was this close to leaving the team under Ruben Amorim, making such a beautiful comeback and ensuring that he got the decider against Liverpool yesterday. So as I said, he has been able to lift United. He has been able to get them from where they were to where they are now. And of course, if you ask me, he deserves the job. However, will he be able to get it done over a longer period of time? Will he be able to get the players that he needs? Will he be able to get the squad that he needs? Because now you'll be competing in in four competitions, right? And you cannot afford to replicate what happened in FA Cup and EFL Cup this season. You can't afford to do that in next season. You are Manchester United. You need to be able to compete on all fronts. Will you be able to do it? I think for me that's the big question. Thank you.
Okay,
He's an English coach, he's an English manager. And if England as a country don't have an English coach as somebody heading the setup, tells you a lot about English managers. So no English manager has ever won the Premier League, even till this very date. You understand? And for the fact that I'm still even saying for the fact that England has a German coach tells you a lot about the English manager. So having that at the back of our mind, Carrick has done a fantastic job. If I have to be completely honest with you, and what he has done is not even something very difficult, because when you ask Manchester United fans, they will tell you from the beginning of the season, just play a 4-2-3-1. That's all. Put Bruno behind the striker. That is all. You understand? Put put the players in their right positions. You understand? This is what they've been saying all season. Carrick comes in, plays the 4-2-3-1. Man United are winning. Bam. But now the question now is, when you watch Manchester United play, they don't dominate football. And as a big club like Manchester United, you have to go into matches to dominate football. Watching the match against Liverpool, ball possession, Liverpool had, I think, close to 60% ball possession. You understand? Manchester United just sat
62.
back. You
They have
understand? Waited
62.
for transitions, waited for counter attack. How sustainable is that pattern of football? That's the question they need to ask. How sustainable is that pattern of football? Now, Manchester United are playing once in 2 weeks. I think we are once, okay, let's say once in a week. You understand? So playing once in a week, there's enough time to rest, there's enough time to recover, there's enough time to check your tactical awareness, there's enough time to do whatever in training. Now imagine when you're now playing every 3 days. You understand? Playing every 3 days, I can see Carrick burning out. You understand? Because playing every 3 days, there's a mental stress to it. Because as you are playing against Liverpool, you are up against PSG next. You understand? So I just see him burning out quickly, and I'm not the type of person that advocates for English managers. To be honest with you, no English manager has caught my attention. No English manager can say, yes, I am tactically sound enough. You understand? The only thing you hear is there's an assistant manager, that is good, there's an assistant manager that is good. You understand? Carrick was good as an assistant. I think the assistant managers in Manchester United now, I think there is one of his assistants that is always talking to him for full 90 minutes. That one is always talking. So English people are always good as assistants, not the main go-to guys. So I don't see it being sustainable. Yes, it is fair enough that Manchester United talk to other top managers, you understand, to try to see if they can convince any of them. If they cannot convince any of them, maybe then they can now settle for Carrick. But me, I don't see Carrick as the go-to guy. You understand, to take them into the new season, regardless of the players they bring in, regardless of all of these are just vibes. Let me just be honest with you, these are just vibes. The players are just enjoying the fact that there are no shackles on them anymore. You understand? It's just like the freedom. They've been given the freedom. You understand? Say, okay, go and play, just do your thing. You understand? Just enjoy football. You understand? And how sustainable can that be? Because when next season comes now, everybody is all looking at you. Nobody is expecting vibe football again. Now they're expecting tactical setup. You understand? They were able to, if the big matches they've won, they sat back. Yes, and they were totally dominated. And when you watch PSG versus Bayern Munich, you know that the moment they dominate you, they've beaten you. You understand? So imagine giving a team like PSG in the Champions League 60% ball possession. Trust me, you are 4 goals down already. Imagine giving Bayern Munich 60% ball possession. You are 3 goals down already. You understand? So imagine this is the way Carrick has been playing, and he has been getting away with it. But then it is not sustainable on my side. And me, oh, if I had the chance to talk to the Manchester United board, I'll tell them, have a look at the English national team. They have a German coach. That's to tell you the trust that they have in their setup. You understand? The trust, be it positive or negative, it is down to them. But if there's no other national team, there's no other top national team that has a coach from another country. That's just the bitter truth. So if England can go to Germany to get a coach, then they are now pushing Carrick to Manchester United, because there's a narrative now. You understand? Among the English former players, they are trying to push Carrick to get the job at Manchester United, probably because he's an Englishman. Probably, but no, 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 no. We saw Liam Rosenov at Chelsea, an Englishman. Boom, he has gone. You can see Eddie Howe in Newcastle United. No pressure at all. No pressure from Newcastle United. You can see how they are struggling heavily. So tell me which English manager is performing well. All of this is expected. You understand? I can tell you that if you ask Manchester United fans that if Amorim leaves today and they appoint an interim manager, will the team perform? They will tell you yes. Just play 4-2-3-1. Even though they don't know any tactics, just 4-2-3-1 is enough. You understand? So my bottom take is this: Manchester United should go and get a manager. They should not be carried away by all of these performances that Carrick. Yes, Carrick has been fantastic. He has been wonderful. This performance at Manchester United has put him in the spotlight. You understand? So even if at all he's no longer Manchester United coach, he can go to Bournemouth, he can go to, you understand? So he has put himself in the limelight. Now you ask yourself, Manchester United fans are saying they want Carrick. Ask yourself, which top European club would appoint Carrick as their manager? Let's be honest with ourselves. Which top European club will appoint Carrick as their manager? If none will appoint Carrick as their manager, then why should Manchester United appoint him? Yes, he has given us fantastic results. He has given Manchester United fans fantastic results. You understand? Good results, beautiful football. Even me as an opponent, you understand? I watch Manchester United and I marvel. You understand that this is the same club that has been struggling. I see them performing, and they're even ahead of Chelsea on the table. You understand? But that doesn't mean he should get the job. They shouldn't make the mistake, you understand, of giving him the job. Go all out, try to get a manager, you understand, that can do the job better, and hopefully from there. But I'm not a fan of English managers because they don't do so well.
Okay, and that's fantastic.
Nonsense and getting results. That's the blueprint right there. You understand? And I'm a huge fan of Jose Mourinho, not because he managed Chelsea. You understand? Jose Mourinho is the kind of manager that make do with what he has. You understand? He knows how to manage whatever he has. You understand? You can give Jose Mourinho just rice and palm oil, and he's going to give you fried rice. You understand? You don't need to buy the ingredients. He's going to, you know, that's the kind of that's the kind of manager Mourinho is. You understand? Okay. I don't think I don't think the playing style matters. Let me take you guys back to the fact that Manchester United were seventh. They were seventh. They were 11 points behind Aston Villa and 8 points behind Chelsea when he took over as interim manager. And now look at where they are. They are second, automatic Champions League qualification. They played 14 games. Michael Carrick has won them 10 of those games, and they've drawn two while only losing two. In those 10 games they've won Arsenal, they've won Manchester City, they've won Chelsea, they've won Spurs, even if Spurs are useless this season, they've won Liverpool, they've won almost every team that are big this season without tactics. Who cares about tactics if you are winning? You cannot tell me you won all these teams like in a row with luck. Okay, okay, look at the Chelsea game. It's true that Chelsea dominated them. I didn't even say anything that Manchester United played in that game. You understand? But Chelsea were not able to score. They got that goal and locked up. They won. You understand? Look at yesterday's game. Liverpool dominated, but they got the opportunities in transition and they scored. Manu won the game for them. You understand? These things are working for them. You understand? Do I see it working for them long term? Who knows? But it has worked for Mourinho. It worked for Mourinho. You understand? It has worked for coaches. Sean Dyke of Burnley. You understand? All these managers are managers that they make do with what they as in, you don't they don't need to you don't need to dominate possession, do this, do that. I don't even think Carrick is bad when it comes to holding the ball and making use of it. You understand? Sometimes I just see this Manchester United team as a team that they don't waste chances. They don't waste chances. You understand? They see their chances, they take it. You understand? Now let's go to the players. The players believe in him. The players believe in him. Tell me why Mount will come outside and be telling us that Manchester United will win the Premier League next season. If it's not confidence, why would you say that? What will make you say Manchester United will win the Premier League next season? Kuna, look at what Kuna said. Kuna is comparing him. He's saying that Michael Carrick is giving them Alex Ferguson vibes. These are big conversations. These are big talks. You are not going to say this for a manager I don't believe in. Kobe Manu said that the players are willing, that him is willing to die. He's willing to die for Michael Carrick. So all these things, when your players are saying this about the manager, you have to calm down and say the manager must be doing something right for the players to be saying this kind of things. I get me. All these things are not random ass statements. They are statements that carry weight. You understand? They should have seen something in him. They should have seen something in him that will make them say this. You understand? If Michael Carrick is going to keep winning with the power of friendship and the power of passion and whatever power is let him just keep going. But does he deserve the job? Yes, he deserves it. From seventh to second is not an easy feat. Sorry, from seventh to third is not an easy feat. You understand? It's not an easy feat. You understand? They were 11 points behind Aston Villa, 8 points. Look at where Chelsea are. Look at where Chelsea are ninth. You understand? So he deserves it. You understand? He deserves whatever. You understand? Gary Neville is even backing the club to sign him. You understand? So all these things, all this support and everything, you don't overlook them and go and sign another manager. You understand? You don't overlook all the support from the players, from the external. You don't overlook and go and sign another manager. You understand? He deserves this. You understand? Unless he himself, Michael Carrick, comes outside to say, okay, oh, I cannot do this. The workload is too much. The pressure is too much. I cannot manage the club like Manchester United. That's when there's a problem. That's when you can say, you have a reason not to offer him this. But as long as he's not
Guy,
complaining,
So let me point out something. Temiloluwa said something earlier. He said, if you look at
the coaches of other top European teams as well, especially after Tammy had said that other teams coaches
Oh.
from other countries. Now, here's the thing. I would tilt more towards Timmy. I genuinely would tilt more towards Timmy because, to be honest, the statistics are there to speak for themselves. England coaches do not do well. That is the truth. um, Collins mentioned what's it called, Gary Neville. Go and check Gary Neville's start at Valencia. Yeah, Valencia. He was terrible. He was he had one of, I think,
The two
nine
brothers.
losses. I think, yeah. See, he said, let's not even go there. He was horrible. Sorry for the use of English, but he
I did
was
not
just
mention him in coaching context too.
yeah, I understand, and I'm saying that I'm just saying that the reason why Gary Neville would obviously want Michael Carrick is because of what Kenny has said. He's an Englishman, and he was a former teammate. What do you think would happen? Of course, he will support him. Of course, he will back him up, right? To be very honest, yes, what Kenny said left to me again. As I said, I also did mention that the sustainability in the long run. You played 40, you are going to play 40 matches this season, right? You played 40 matches this season. Next season, if you can play well, you will be expected to play 50, 60 matches. One match, okay, look at Arsenal now, for instance. We played on Saturday. We are playing on Tuesday. We will still play again on Sunday. Look at the time frame. What the Manchester United that had 21 days. Over 21 days to prepare for a match. What exactly do you think will happen if they have that time frame? Rest well. Do you get, there will be much more rejuvenation across the board and whatnot. And as Tony has already said, sustainability in the long run is what matters. This sustain when you start playing 60, 50 matches, is this sustainable? Look at the teams in Europe, for instance, in Champions League. Like, of course, Champions League, right? You have teams like Galatasaray. You have teams like Bodo Glimt, even though we know that those ones too. You have a team like Bodo Glimt. You have Atletico Madrid. You have people from or teams from other leagues who are trying to prove a point, who play a different style of football than what you are used to in your league. It won't come easy. It won't come cheap. Is he able to? Will he be able to sustain this style of play next season? Again, remember I said that this is a new ground. It's more like they are testing waters. Coaches are testing waters with him. By next season, all this one, they go don't understand your tactics. They will know what to do. It's the truth. That's why I said, except you are Pep Guardiola, except you are Pep Guardiola, they will know what to do against you. That's the truth. It was only in Pep Guardiola's first season and last season. I think throughout the time that Pep Guardiola has been in the Premier League now, he has not won the league 3 times. Just 3 times. He has won the league every other season. There's no other coach that comes close to that. So And to be honest, I didn't even think about it. That statistics that Temi quoted about England coaches is very true. Very, very true. England coaches don't do well. Many of them don't do well. We had a Wayne Rooney that went to, was it Celtic or Rangers? I think it was Steven Gerrard or one of them. Still flopped. Even your Chelsea
It was
legend Frank
Gerrard.
Lampard, yeah, even your Chelsea legend Frank Lampard, we know what became of him at Chelsea before he
Gerrard
now
didn't
moved to
flop.
Coventry.
Gerrard didn't flop. Lampard just won the league with
We know what I'm
Coventry.
talking about. I was talking about When Rooney coached at some point in time. When
That
Rooney
one is not
coached
a
at some
coach.
point.
That one doesn't have this.
When
It
Rooney
doesn't have
coached at
football
some point.
coaching
Okay,
fundamentals. When you're talking of,
Frank Lampard is also not a coach. Did
didn't
he
he
not
just
just
win the
do
league?
Coventry?
Didn't he just win the league?
He just
Didn't
want
he
okay,
just
no
win the
problem.
league?
What did he do at Chelsea now? Was he not your legend? Abi, is he not your
He was.
legend? What
They
did he do
gave
at
him a
Chelsea?
job. They gave him a job that was overwhelming. You understand?
They
He
gave
was
him
very
that
young in his coaching
now.
career. You understand? And
Now,
Chelsea used emotions to hire the man because he's a Chelsea
good,
legend, and he didn't turn
very,
out well. He went back,
very
left the
good,
fundamentals, and he won the league with Coventry. He's back in the Premier
very
League.
good, very good, very good, very good. Now, this is exactly what we are
Mr.
saying.
Mis-
Very good. That's
Mr.
exactly what we are
Collins,
saying.
Mis-
He learned the
Mr.
fundamentals
Collins,
when he went to
if
Chelsea.
you can hear me well, before Mr. Solomon, please let me just cut in. Before
I
England
mean,
appointed Thomas Tuchel, majority of these English managers were available for they were available. You understand? Carrick was jobless. Lampard was jobless. You understand? Gerrard was jobless. As at the time England were looking for a national team manager, why didn't they go for an English manager? Why did they go for Tuchel?
Experience. Let me tell you
That's a
something.
question I
When
have for you.
experience, I've
Don't tell
answered
me
you. I said
experience.
experience.
No, no,
No
no, no.
experience
Hold on.
because
Don't tell me. Hold on. Okay. Hold on now. Now, the Spanish coach, you understand, De La Fuente, tell me the experience the Spanish coach has that he used to take Spain to Euros. Tell me the experience he had. Mind
and
you,
they
he
won
only
the
managed the
Euros.
under 23 Spanish national team before he
They
took the
won
main
the
job.
Euros.
So don't talk about experience. You understand? Don't
different.
tell
Let me
me
tell you
about
something.
experience. If you are
Different
good,
national
you
teams.
are good.
No. There's not
You
like if you are
understand?
good, you are good. Like I said, experience. Thomas Tuchel, you understand, won the Champions League. When you take okay, you see Michael Carrick, like you mentioned Michael Carrick
I'm
as
asking
available.
you,
You
Mr.
understand?
Collins, I'm asking you, what was the experience of the Spanish national team coach
Spain
that
and
gave him the
England are
qualification
different.
to get the
Spain,
job
we are
as
talking
a
about
Spanish coach?
England here. We are talking about England here.
No, I'm
We are not
asking. No,
talking of
you
Spain.
no, you spoke
Tomorrow,
about
Spain can hire
experience.
me.
Hold on now.
Experience
You
as
spoke
regards
about
to the English
experience.
national team. We are talking of the
You
English
spoke about
national team, not
experience.
Spain. Not we are not talking of Spain here. Why are we talking of Spain? We are talking of England,
Hold on,
right?
Mr. Collins. You spoke. Hold on. Hold on. You spoke about experience. You spoke about the importance of experience in recruiting a national team manager, right?
Experience
So
as
now I'm
regards to
asking you,
England national
Spain
team.
recruited their national team, and
England.
as at the time, okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. You spoke about experience now. As at the time, yes, Rangers, you said Gerrard didn't flop in Rangers, right? Rangers won the league, right? They won the Scottish League, Abi. For the first time,
Unbeaten.
at least, they broke
Unbeaten.
Celtics 14 years consecutive winning, right? They broke it, which means that Gerrard is proving to know how to win, right? Lampard coached Chelsea. You understand? At least he managed that youthful Chelsea team to the Champions League, right? Now we have Michael Carrick that we are claiming here to be a tactician, right? We have Eddie Howe, who we said is doing fantastically well in Newcastle United, taking an average Newcastle United to the Champions League, right? Winning also the Carabao Cup for Newcastle United, right? So are you telling me these guys don't have the experience enough to lead the English national team? England now have to go and get a German coach. Bro, see, let's understand something.
Can I
Let's
answer
understand
now, or
something.
you answer the
England
question
is
for
not
me?
Africa that you need to go and get a foreign coach. If you see, please, I'm coming. Give me just a few more minutes. Senegal are performing well because they have a Senegalese manager. Algeria are performing well because they have every single country has an indigenous manager from their country, except England. You understand? So if England has a German manager, tells you a lot about their English managers. See, it is a national team. If England calls Eddie Howe today and say, Eddie Howe, we want you as our manager, I'm telling you, he will not turn down the approach. That's one beautiful thing. Why didn't they approach him? Are you telling me he doesn't have the experience? Eddie Howe doesn't have the experience from Bournemouth. He doesn't have the experience from Newcastle. Gerrard doesn't have the experience from Rangers. Lampard doesn't have the experience from Chelsea. Or what experience are you talking about? Champions League experience. How many national team managers have won Champions League? How many national team managers have won Champions League? Spanish national team manager has never even played in the Champions League, and yet they are doing well. Argentina national team manager has never played in the Champions League. See them doing well. So what are you telling me about experience and Champions League? If you are good, you are good. England don't trust their own, but they are
I don't
pushing
understand.
their
Are
own
you
to
asking me a
Manchester United. It
question
doesn't work
or
that
you
way.
are? I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on here. Are you asking me a question or something? You asked the question and I answered the question. I don't
No,
understand.
you yes, you
Hello?
spoke about yes, you spoke about experience. I'm only explaining your
No,
term on
no, no.
experience. The experience
No, no, no.
doesn't work in this context. They don't trust their own.
It actually does. It actually does because out of you mentioned Spain, right? England are see. Are you not understanding the kind of drought that England are experiencing?
Collins, let me cut you. So, are you forgetting Southgate came from Middlesbrough and the last
Mr.
Mr.
Maiwa, I
Mayo,
can barely hear you. I can barely hear you, Mr. Maiwa.
can you hear
difficult
me?
to hear you.
Can you hear me?
No,
I don't.
there's a buzzing noise. There's a buzzing sound when you talk.
Okay. Can you hear me? Is it clear?
Still the same thing. The feedback is still the same.
Yeah. Okay. Just quickly, let me say this. Can you hear me now?
It's still the same thing. Still the same thing.
Is it clear now? Is it clear?
Probably you need to move the mouthpiece. Probably you need to move your mouthpiece a bit closer to your mouth.
Okay. Is it clear now? Is it better?
Well, I can hear you, sir.
Is it better?
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
it
way
is.
better.
I think it is better now. Yes, yes, it is better now. So I guess it's your mouthpiece. Try moving the mouthpiece closer to your mouth so we can hear you.
Okay. So what I was trying to say is this. The question is actually two things. Southgate, the last job he had was Middlesbrough and under 23. And it went on to do well for him. Got
Is
them
he
to the
talking?
finals, got them to the finals and semi-finals of major tournaments. I mean, they impressed Southgate and they got that result. Under 23. They couldn't get them the trophy. Does that not count any example? Does that not count in the scheme of things? That's my own question. Yeah, can you hear me?
I couldn't make out what he said.
Okay.
I know you're talking about the Champions League, but I can't exactly make out the question you asked.
I can hear you
This
now.
is better. This is better. Mr. Mayowa, what constitutes success in football world now? What exactly constitutes success in the footballing world now? As a national, what exactly constitutes success? Winning titles, exactly. England has won the World Cup before. Southgate did not win the World Cup. He did not win the Euros. Of course, he has done by metrics. If you are using other metrics, in terms of the level that he got them to this competition where they played, right, in the competitions that he played, he has done so well. There's no doubt about that. Getting them to back finals in the Euros, getting them to the third place finish. I think third or fourth place finish in the World Cup, of course. I mean, he did very well. But then again, there's no title to show for it. That's the truth. There's no title to show for it. Yes, he did very well. Yes, he's doing very. He did very well. He did what he had to do with the players that he had at his disposal. But he did not win trophies, and that's why England will still be. There's this chant that they used to sing. He's coming home, and it has never come home. They don't know when to come home. I don't understand. So I just think that personally, I don't even have issues with Michael Carrick taking the reins of leadership at Manchester United. My own is, do we think that it is sustainable in the long run? We are not talking a match in a week. We are not talking a match in 21 days. We are talking back to back matches in weeks. We are playing 2, 3 matches every 3 4. Even Pep Guardiola still mentioned it. If you look at the number of minutes that Declan Rice has played for Arsenal since he came to Arsenal, you will pity him. You will pity him. So when you think of that and you have your standout players, you obviously would not want to rest your standout players. You would want to continually use them over and over. Is this sustainable in the long run? That's just the question, to be honest. But then again, Manchester United, they can decide to go